Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ars Nouveau Discord server. Zeke777, and we've got a lot to do today. Behind me, you'll notice that we have a new addition to the base. I've been spending some time off camera between episodes. Basically, I haven't been able to record for the past few days, or week and a half, I guess. And so I've been able to do some building though. So what I've done is I've surrounded my entire town here with a wall. Don't really need a wall. Don't need like security or anything because it's not really a thing that you need to worry about in Minecraft, but I don't know, I thought it looked cool. But in order to finish this, we have some things that we need to build first. You'll notice on the top here I have this roof. I'd like to build this roof all the way around the edge, and I'm hoping to do that today. Now, the problem and reason why I haven't gotten it done yet is because it's a little painful. Right here, it's a fly here. Right here is a slope going up, and quite honestly, it's annoying to make. And so what we're going to do today is something that will hopefully make this a little bit easier for us. Now, one of the mods on the server that I honestly haven't actually touched that much yet I should say, on this server, is create. And one of the items that I need today is the schematic cannon, schematic table, empty schematic and quill. I'm actually not sure entirely how to use this. I've never used it before. So it's going to be kind of a learning experience together. Let's grab 8 of those, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. We are going to make that because I don't want to have to build this myself. I want it to be able to build it for me. So let's go ahead and make some empty schematics. Looks like they do not stack. Good to know. Cool, I learned something today. Let's go in here. Put our dark oak in here. I've been needing that for building. Okay, so yeah, I need to make a schematic cannon, which I am missing my logs now because I just tossed them. Cool, thanks. 1, 2, thank you. So schematic cannon, cool, thank you. The schematic table, got those, and then let's get the rest of our schematics and quill. Really? You can make me do it one at a time? Painful. So while we have the entire wall is constructed all the way around, what we're missing is obviously the roof. Pointed that out, but we're also missing this little gatehouse. Also, the thing I want to do later today, hopefully we have time, is to construct an actual gate here. It's great. I want to do something cool. So that is kind of the plan for that, but like I said, we don't have this gatehouse everywhere that we need it. So I think what we're going to do is, the way it says, step 1, select 2 corner points using right click, and then step 2, control scroll on the faces to adjust the size. Right click again to save. So we are going to go down here. I don't want the dirt, or I don't want the snow rather. So let's break all of this. Thank you. We'll select this point here. First position set. And let's go ahead and let's fly up here. We want, let's see, I believe right here is probably the best spot to do. And is it going to let me, can I scroll up? So if I right click there, can I control scroll you to go up? About you? Cool. Okay. Now what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to, I need this to go one further this direction, I guess. So let's scroll that way. Okay, so that is that entire little gatehouse, which I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Now, unfortunately, I did build this before I built the gatehouse, and so I have part of the sloping up already. That's going to have to be a different thing that I build. Is that going to be a problem? That might actually be a problem. You know what we'll do? We will go, we'll shift you that way, that way, that way. I'm going to cut off this edge here. The reason for that is because I don't want to include this side part here. I'm fine if it includes extra stairs, though I don't really care about that. I can deal with that later. But I'm going to have to, I think, build this first at one of these other areas here. And then from there, I can kind of tweak it again. I think we'll build it over there first. So we've got it set here, and now we just right click again. We will call this Gatehouse. Save. Cool. Alright, so I placed down my schematic table just kind of anywhere. Right here, I placed the schematic into here, and hit upload. So now I have schematic for gatehouse.nbt. So if I hold that, hold the structure to be positioned and placed into the world. Position the hologram as desired and use the schematic cannon to build it. So when held, it can be positioned using the tools on screen. So let's take a look at that. If I hold this, you can see we have a nice thing here. How do I do anything with that? Can I control click? Interesting. I'm not really sure how useful that is. How do I rotate you? Right click. Ah, there we go. So let's see. I'm not quite sure what the hold these buttons to focus. That didn't do anything. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so I can control scroll in order to move this around in the world, which is nice. But I also need to rotate it. So if I right click, is that what I did? Shift right click, control right click, shift right click, there we go. Let's rotate you. Can I scroll it, please? Scroll to side, okay, so I have to scroll that. Let's rotate it that direction. And let's drag you back over here. This is backwards now, so I need to rotate that a few more times. So let's go clockwise 270. Okay, you are now facing the right direction. So let's line it up this way and go that way. A little bit further, there we go. Okay, and let's push you back. There we go. Okay, perfect. That is now lined up where I want it. Let's go over here so we can fly. There we go. And are you vertically where I want it? I think you are. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to trim this so it goes back to being level. But I think that is exactly where I want it. So now what I do, if you hold this, it says, when held, can be positioned using tools. Position the hologram as desired and use a schematic cannon to build it. So let's get our schematic cannon. So if we come down here, as I understand it, we don't need any power for this. We just need to have gunpowder, as well as, of course, a chest next to it. Alrighty, we have our schematic cannon. I dropped a stack of gunpowder in, so it's loaded it up, it's ready to fire. Has 2,000 shots with another 25,000 after that, so that should be enough for at least one of these. Yeah, at this point, I guess we just put schematic in, and it should tell us what it needs. So we don't want to replace solid blocks, because the solid blocks are already where I want them. Yep, okay. And I think at this point, the only thing it should need is, I think just spruce wood is all. Now I think I have enough spruce wood, so let's see what we've got. Should have my chest here. Let's grab this. Got a box of wood I've been using, and then I also I've got a woodcutter. Here we go. So I'm not using any logs in this build, but I'm using lava planks. So if I toss my spruce logs into here, it gets me 6 per instead of only 4. So a bit more effective. Let's put these in here. I don't think I need that many of those. I mostly need, I want to say stairs. So we'll throw this in here, grab 2 stacks or so. Probably good. Throw you in here. And I think we're ready to go. So let's see if it works. If I go here, let's hit play. You gonna work? You are set to skip missing blocks, maybe? I know that there's also some dark oak in there, so let's grab some of that. We need... Did I not just see a stack? There we go. So, stack dark oak planks. Let's grab a few more of these, turn them into... I think I needed some slabs in there as well. So let's grab half of that. Gives me 3 stacks and 2 stacks. There we go. Can you start working? Okay. I think it's doing something now. it's just very confused. Searching. Searching for what? Placing, okay. There we go. And it's basically just 3D printing it. So let's get our flight back over here, please. There we go. And yeah, it's working. Perfect. I do need, if I recall, a few these as stairs. We'll grab some of those, toss you in here as well. Cool. And it's working. So while that is working away over there, I'm going to come over here and make another schematic. And that is going to be, we'll just take you. I mostly just need this top part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go from, if I take this, I'm going to end up with some extra dark oak fences, I think, and that's probably fine. Actually, no, I can go from here to there, and I can control scroll it this direction to go up one. This direction, keep coming, keep going, there we go, and I need one on this side as well. Here, fireworks. Zachary is nearby. Okay, so I think this is where I want this. So this is going to be the flat section. So we will right click you and say flat roof. Save. And we'll come over here, turn this into an actual schematic as well. Flat roof NBT. Uploading. Cool. So once that is done, then we can do our flat sections, and then we also need to work on the sections that elevate up by 1. That's going to be kind of more difficult because the only example I had of that is this one over here, which I started then building the roof next to, so it kind of messed up the normal flow of that. So let's see if we can go in those. That's Acros. And this first one here is now done. There's a couple touches that I want to change. One is adding some stairs right here, there and there. So we can still walk through here. That's all fine. But it just makes it so that there's a little bit less of a sudden drop off right here. So that is looking good. Everything up here is good. I do need my lighting in here, but that's fine. And the section here I need to then rebuild to make it be flat. But that should be good. Alright, so the next segment I have in place here, I took out the top of the roof here that was angled upwards, because the one over there slopes up right away. This one here, I think, is where I want it. Looks good. Well, it's going to ignore the lantern there, so that's fine. I can put those in later. I think that is exactly where I want it, so let's drop you in here as well. And that should mostly just need stairs and some slabs, so it should be good. Put you in here, and let's hit run. Run. Cool. Alright, so I copied the incline section from over there, pasted it right here. I think that's good. One thing that I did make sure when doing this whole build was I made sure that I had, for every segment across here, so it's all the same, just repeating pattern, right? I've got 3 of the deep slate wall followed by a deep slate brick. So it's kind of a 4 long segment here, 5 if you want to count the other side, but either way, for each section across, it only will go up 1 ever. So across the entire base, that's all it does. Basically so that I can do this as a template. So I've got the first one here. The problem is that since it's based off of the existing design over there, it does have a segment down here that I need to get rid of, but I think that's okay. So I've got it set in place. It's where I want it. Let's load you as well. Put you here, grab you out, and I guess just hit. Well, let's check. We need a lot more stairs. That might be enough. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll hit play. So it is ready to go. And we hit play. And we see if it works. So we do have an extra oak fence here. That's fine. And I'll just need to break it anyway. That's fine. But I think once this is built, I'm going to break that out and then take it as another kind of schematic. That way I have a clean one without it including the gatehouse there. And with that, that should be pretty easy to just repeat across here. Although when I look at it, the only extra pieces was that single stair here. So I may not need to make that as a new template. I think everything else in here looks like it's good. We'll see. I'll do another a straight and then a incline here, and we'll see if that works nicely. If it does, then I'll just stick with that as it is. Let's go down here. I need another schematic. I don't know if there's a way to have this not wipe the schematic each time. It'd be useful if I could do that. Let's see, grab you. Incline roof to MBT. Cool. Let's place you. So you're going to be roughly here. And we need to rotate you to 70. And I need to drop you to 70, I believe. Okay. Back to game. You look like you are not quite lined up. Oh yeah, you're lined up because you need to be over here anyway. So let's bring you back. Thank you. And push you that direction. Looks good. I think that's good. Yep, probably. And let's go ahead and drop it into our schematic cannon again. Load you up. One thing I think I'm getting. How did I actually use that many stairs? Regular planks. Do I have any planks in here? I think I'm out of spruce. Alright, well, I grew a bunch of spruce trees. I've got a small little area down here where I've just been expanding the, whatever it's called, brown dirt, podzol, that's what it is. And I think, so okay, these saplings, I'm going to keep the saplings on me actually. We'll load those there, and let's chop all of this into planks. Send this in here, probably good. And let's get some stairs as well. Thank you. And that should be enough. So we've got dark oak slabs and planks. I know we need those. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and grab yet another of these guys, because I need to fly up to the top there. You know what? I put this up here so I'd be able to see what I was doing, but I actually need it down below. So let's go ahead and break it and bring it down. Bouncy. Schematic table, we'll put you just next to you, that's fine. And I want to go with flat roof this time. Go ahead and build that. Thank you. Put you in. All right, I've got an incline roof lined up ready. Okay, so let's hit play on this one. I should be building the next one over. There we go. Okay, cool, so that one's working. And basically, I'm just going to keep doing this over and over and over and over. I really wish there was a nice way of, like I said, being able to either tile this or... Is there... I feel like there should be a way to be able to tile it or have it not wipe this each time. That'd be useful. Go ahead and hit play and build our flat section. Yep, so I'm going to keep doing this and see if I can get a whole line done and see how long that takes me. Alright, well, still no way to tell if I can like duplicate this as I go, but I've found that I didn't have this assigned, the hold left alt to focus. It's whatever you'd like it to be, so you can scroll through here instead of opening up the window, which makes this a little bit faster for selecting, and then bump you into place, check if it's lined up, it is, go over here, and I also built a second schematic cannon, which has helped a lot because what I can do then is it still lined up? Yeah. What I can do is I can set one to go, and then set the next one to do the next segment. Let's check our storage, we're good. We can go over here and build the next one. Forgot to link it. Back over here. But it's not that painful of a process. I just wish I could just leave it as like, leave it using the schematic is always going to be this shape. I don't know if that's possible. I feel like it should be. It'd just be a lot easier for assigning then. So rotate you that direction. I need to move you one this direction and one down. You're all lined up. Looks good. Let's fly over here to keep our flight going. Come on. Flight. Come on. There we go. Okay. That was odd. It wasn't going through. TPS is probably not doing too great right now, but that's fine. Load you in. Take the empty one. Hit run. Grab another inclined roof. Thank you. And now we go set this one. So basically that's what I'm doing, just going along and filling in all the blanks. Okay, so this one's going to require a little bit more messing around than the others. And the reason for that is this is actually a taller gate than the others. The main reason for that is just because otherwise this wouldn't have lined up here. This is kind of a very steep hill, so I needed to have it a little bit taller. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just build it as is, and then tweak it manually from there. There's going to be some extra parts, like this stair here, for instance, but I think that will be fine. I have the schematic, the cannon, currently set to wait if I'm missing a part, so we will see. We'll see what it has. So yeah, so it's set to currently. If it can't find a block, then it just won't place. So let's hit play, and it is missing, of course, deep slate. So that is fine. I should have. Where did I put that? In your chest, please. There we go. Let's grab our deep slate box. We are going to need deep slate. I'm also going to need some. Do I need brick wall? I don't think I need any brick wall. Yes, I do. Some cobbled deep slate. That's probably enough of the cobbled brick wall. I'll get a couple more. But it'll take a few pieces here. Did you just fire? Looked like you did. Alright, well, let me get the rest of the parts. Alright, so that one is now working. Like I said, I'm going to have to just kind of tweak this manually when I get to it. But I think at least for now that'll get me at least the roof in place. And we will continue with the rest of the roof. It's been a couple days now, and we've got progress. We have a fence, or not a fence, a wall. We have a wall and the roof all the way around the entire thing. I did some kind of cleanup as well, and each of these are now, I put a floor on the bottom here. And I think at this point it's basically all done. One thing I might want to do is put on the inside here, I did this, I have the solid blocks on the bottom here instead of just the wall block itself. On the outside I haven't done that yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to, just out of it's kind of tedious. Pretty much just have to go all the way around, just replacing every single one at a time, and like I said, it's kind of painful and tedious. Next up, it's been a couple days because, oh yeah, I did a roof there too. We've added some mods. So there has been it's been the winter add-on-a-thon on the Discord server, and what that is basically anyone who wants to can make their own add-on to Ars Nouveau. And so in that vein, we have at Ars, we have regular Ars Nouveau, of course. There is a new one called Too Many Glyphs, which adds, let's see, those are regular. It adds a bunch of things like filters. So for instance, this case, Glyph of Filtering Monster. It will only actually hurt or hit monsters. So you could do that with, say, a light spell, and then it will just target them, highlight them, put a little like outline around them. Or you could do the same thing for players as another one. So you could, for instance, make a game where you have to target other players, like a mini game, and instead of it, if you cast a light spell, of course, normally what it'll do is it'll make a little light source down there. But you can make it like a paintball arena, where if they get a outline around them, it means they got hit and they're out. Various things like that. Filters are pretty cool. I haven't actually played with really any of them yet. I just installed those basically today on the server. In fact, we've got a bunch of people online right now because they're wanting to test all these. Let's see, Too Many Glyphs was one of them. Next up is Ender Storage. What this does, and it has all these different colors as well, it basically will link into the Ender Storage bags and chests. So I think currently it only does the public chests. So for instance, my white here is not actually going to be accessible, at least for now. I think they're planning on maybe having it so like if you do sensitive with it, maybe it'll be your private chest. Not entirely sure how they're going to do that or what they're doing, but that is the plan. Why are you... You should be a path block. Whatever. Yeah, so another one there. Let's see. Next up, we've got Ars Arsenal, which has various things like Source Steel. This is basically you get more defense, but at the cost of not as much mana. So that's an option, and these are made from the actual Archmage stuff anyway, and then Source Steel, kind of expensive recipe, which it should be.
primed iron ingot, which is mythical clay, which of course is diamonds. So yeah, these are very expensive for that. It also has two more tools, source steel pick and axe. What they do is they have basically bonus glyphs depending on which glyph you're using. So for instance, the source steel pick, if you have a break with that, it has bonus, I want to say fortune. I think it has 3 free fortune glyphs on it. So basically if you use that to break something, you can get, I think it goes up to fortune 10, which is, crazy. Source steel axe, similar, but it has increased AoE if you use the fell spell. So for instance, it can chop down very large trees or half of a forest at once. Kind of cool stuff. I haven't looked into too much of this. There's also different armor, pyromancer, aquamancer, geomancer, and aethermancer. Different elements here, and then similarly there's also Ars elemental, which gives these focuses, which improve various things. I'm not actually sure what most of these do yet, so things that I'll be kind of learning off screen and can hopefully figure it out. Another mod that we recently added here is blood magic. I'd actually made a kind of conscious decision to not add this, mostly because these routing nodes are amazing and I love using them for absolutely everything. So trying to, get used to not using them if they're not available, just trying different things really. Oh, do you have a, oh, I still don't have recipes for these. Okay. So was trying to avoid it just out of using the routing nodes here because they're amazing. But I wanted to add it because another mod that we've added here is Tome of Blood. This is by Toxic Mint T, who's another person on the server here, not currently online. Another add-on, so just wanted to add all of the add-ons that we have so that anyone can join and play with them as they want. And now back to progress. So another thing I had done was, you may have seen this in the background, a couple clips there, I made a tower here, and I think I like it. So if you're walking around here, I should probably have a way to get down to the inside from these towers, because they're empty underneath here. Nope, I want to do break. Yeah, it's just completely empty here, so I might put like a stairway or something to be able to get out there. That might be useful. Right. Normal. Another mod that we added, effortless building. Really cool thing, you can build things effortlessly. It's kind of weird. Place multiple blocks at once, you can do like a full sphere if you'd like. Anything like that. Cool things, but we'll get to that. I want to talk about my tower. So this tower, my plan is to have multiples of these. Basically just each corner. I'm just going to take a little snippet thing of it. What's what I'm looking for? Schematic. That's what it is. Make a schematic of it and print it on all 4 of the corners here. Maybe just 3. This is kind of a weird corner over here. But yeah, it's been a lot of work in the past couple days here. Just printing this out basically using the cannons here. Made 2 of them because it was faster. I can just do 2 sets at once. These things are great, and they honestly, you've only gone through 14 gunpowder and you have gone through 10. So they don't use a whole lot of power, a lot of fuel, I should say. Of course, uses a whole bunch of spruce. I had to chop down multiple forests for this, but it was worth it. Now, the other thing that I wanted to get done today is these gates. So right now it's just kind of a gatehouse and it has this nice little walkway, and I like it. One thing it needs though is it needs an actual gate, because it's a gatehouse. Anyway, so we have some spruce planks. This is just chiseled spruce planks. Yep. And I think I like that. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Yeah, I'll go with that for now. Here's what my plan is though. My plan is this is not going to be just, a little, Minecraft gate where it just kind of sits here. No, no, no. This is going to be a create gate. And so we are actually going to break this whole thing. Don't need it right now because we need to get started on some create stuff. Namely, how are we going to power this, as well as we need some glue. And we need some circuits. So what's gonna happen here? The plan is I'm gonna have 2 gates, one on this side, one on that side. So just kind of one big gate. And I'm going to have up here somewhere, maybe here? Perhaps, we shall see. If I break you, I've got a little bit of space. I have no space, okay. We'll make it work. My plan is to put a Ender Observer.
And that is, let's see, Ender Overseer. Ender Overseer is one of them. The other is the Ender Watcher. They're basically the same thing. One's Botania, one's Quark, which is, again, basically the same thing. Pretty cheap. Biotite, which I've got plenty of. Redstone and Ender Eye. Similar thing here, just kind of inverted, and Obsidian instead. Real cheap. I've got plenty of all of that ingredients. But what it does is basically, if you look at it, it will send a redstone signal. And my plan is I want to open this gate from both sides just by walking up to it. So I'll walk up, I'll look at the observer, it'll then open up the gate, I can walk through, and then it'll just close behind me a few seconds later. So should be a pretty easy circuit. The problem is, do I want it, if I put this circuit up top here, I can make it work. We have create, so I've got the ender links anyway, so I can just link it to a circuit that's below ground here. I think that'll work. Now what I've done is I broke out this area here. I was going to put the actual hinge of the door there, but I realized that won't work because if it opens, it's going to be running into this, which doesn't work. So instead I'm going to move it forward, and I think if I put the bearings down here, I think this should all be pretty straightforward. I'm not sure if it is because I'm running, I think it's halogen. It's a frame per second increaser thingy. But this thing keeps kind of flickering. I noticed my chest do it as well, but this is going to be a little bit more obnoxious for that. So I'm not going to go with, I think, these blocks just out of it doing that. Doesn't seem to be happy. Oh, nope, this side. Okay. We'll come up with something else. My plan is basically to skip most of create. I enjoy the mod. It's a great mod. It hasn't been the focus of what I've been building this season, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing of actually like starting from scratch, getting a press and everything. I'm just going to be using Zacharias' stuff for most of those machines. I'm just going to be using it for decorative stuff. So for instance, my clock tower over here, I built that one a while ago. It uses a create clock bearing. I liked it. I haven't done a whole lot of stuff with it. It's basically just a couple water wheels up there. And I'm going to be doing something similar down here. Each of these is going to be powered by fans. Just a regular fan with something warm under it, probably just a fire or something, maybe lava, whatever blocks I need, I guess. And then my plan is to have in the middle here, this is going to be where the bearing is. And then I need some linear chassis on the side. So let's see, I need your just regular wood and andesite alloy. I've got a bunch of andesite alloy. I've got a bunch of wood. So let's clear this. I want to touch craft. Thank you. And let's go ahead and make some of these. Linear chassis. Oh, you actually need logs. Okay. All right, not too difficult. I've got some in my redstone bag, so it's automatically filled anyway. Let's go ahead, and I need linear chassis. I want it's gonna be 30. Is 30 gonna be enough? I've got, yeah, probably. Maybe not. Let's place these here. And like, really, fine. Break you. And let's hop. There we go. Okay, so I've got one on that side and same thing over here. Now my plan is that I'm going to have these be interlocking. So the gate as it exists has an odd number here, so I'd have to have it either offset or interlocking. And I think what I'm going to do is have it be interlocking. And let's see, I should have my wrench. There we go. And the way I'm going to do this is if I look at this, I need you to only go to, let's fill this in. I've got my plan for the gate itself is going to be these down the middle. And can I see from the side? I can. Okay. I probably need slime on that, don't I? Let me go grab that. Okay, so we get these all to be sticky. 4. And then we can take a look at this. So, got our wrench. And my plan is to be andesite casing and then brass casing in the middle there. You need to go to, we'll do you to 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. I think if I place these here, I should be able to see that. Yeah. So you're going to be 3. You are going to be 4. You're going to be 3. You are going to be 4. And then same thing over here is this first one's going to be Nope, this actually needs to be 3 and 2. 2, 3, 2. There we go. Scrolling was not working there. Okay, so same story as before. It's just going to be, if I look at this one now, yeah, so you can kind of see how it'll just offset back and forth. Plop you in, and we're good. Okay, so this bottom one's 3, so then you need to be 2, you need to be 3, 3, you need to be 2, one more, and you need to be 3. Scroll, thank you. And yeah, that's it. Cool. And from a distance, I think it works well. It's got the spruce coloring there, I've got the dark oak coloring there. Yeah, I like it. Alright, now to actually get this thing to move, we need our mechanical bearings. So I'm going to place you right here, facing up, there we go. And I want this, I want to be able to read you. Okay. This says movement mode, always place when stopped, or only place near initial angle, only place when anchor destroyed. That's it. Okay. I want to, I think, always place when stopped. Now what I need is, I'm not sure if this is the one I want actually. Bearing. I need, I think that's the one I want, but I need it to only stop basically when it's closed or when it's opened. I only want this 90 degrees here. And so I need to figure out how do I set that. That might be a different block. So the block that we need for that is a sequenced gear shift, which requires a whole bunch of electron tubes. So let's go ahead and make one more because I need 5 of these. So rose quartz, and I need my sandpaper, which is of course sand and paper. Rub these two together. Thank you. And I need a dust, a stick, and I want to say an iron, yes, iron nugget. One of you. So let's go ahead, turn this into a redstone torch. There we go, and make our electron tube. Okay, 5 of these, perfect. Sequence gear shift, I need 5 clocks as well. I've got the cogwheels, I've got the brass casing, I've got the electron tube. Alrighty, let's go ahead, make these. 5 clocks and 5 sequenced gear shifts. So my plan is I'm going to be doubling up on these. So I'm hoping what I can do is basically be able to control this all from just one. So I'll have kind of, I think, probably 2 fans here that join together, and then 1 sequenced gear shift, which will then turn basically just 90 degrees to turn these guys. And I'm hoping that will work. I think. Should work. Let's find out. So I need, let's see, cog there. And I need one here as well. Let's get that. Mechanical bearing. Okay. Plop you there, and cog. Okay. Now I need these here. This direction, not there. Break you. Thank you. Place, wait, you just had it. There we go. And now to figure this out. Okay, I think I've got a gear setup here that should work. Should is, of course, always the operative word. And I think I need this to, if I click you that way. Okay, so you go opposite directions. Not ideal. Go back. Okay. Might be able to work with this. I need to invert one of these. Alright, so I've got something that works here. It's still a little slow, and they open, I wanted them both to open to swing out, but this does work. So sequence gear shift, I have it set for 180, and that's because I have a small to a large, so I need it to turn more. I've got 2 fans here, and if we press the button, it opens very slowly. Stops. And then after a 5-second delay, it will close again. Which looks really cool. I do wish it would go both swing out, so I'd need to, I guess I could just reverse that one. That'll work. Yeah, let me try some stuff. It's working. So what I did was I moved, instead of it pulling off the top of that gear like this one, have it pulling from the bottom with just a shaft to connect it. And I like it. I like how this is working. I think I want it to be a little bit faster though. Alright, so I sped this up a little bit more here. Let's try it out. I'm happy with it. What I did was I moved the gears down below here, so it's a small gear. So instead of it being small to these big ones, it's one big to these two big ones, I guess. Yeah. But it works. You gonna close? Zachris broke it by looking at it twice. Okay, so if I press this button, that is going to make it go... It's going to open and break something, isn't it? Let's try that. Keep you spinning the other direction. How did I get off? And for opening and closing, my plan is pretty simple. Ender Watcher there, Ender Watcher there. And since they're going to be powering this block here, if I go like that, you should be lighting up. You're not. Okay, let's see. I want to have this be redstone and spruce. Why not? Nope. Redstone, spruce. I was hoping you would light up. Let's break you. Let's break you. Thank you. If I place redstone dot on there, it does not get powered. If I put you in there, break you. Look at that. How can this work? If I look at that, it is not doing anything there. Okay. Let me think about this. Okay, so the problem is that the Ender Watcher does not hard power the block next to it, so I can't put redstone dot, for instance, on top of a block right here, because it won't power it. Now, that block itself is getting powered, so if I had redstone dust where this block is, that would work. And what I can do is I can put it here, because then that powers this block, if that makes sense. Now, what I want to find out is whether or not I can do the same thing, but just put it on the top instead. So I'll put you here. Let's get our flight. And if I place the link right here, that does still work. Okay, I can work with that. Okay, it's still less ideal because it's then going to be visible when this is opening, but it will at least work. So yeah, I guess that'll work. All right, so my numbering convention is going to be one petal here for frequency 1. So white petal for the west gate here, and a fan, because why not? Now let's go down here and do the same thing on this link. So link goes here. Let's switch you over to being receiving mode, and you get a white petal and a fan. Now, what should happen is when I walk up, I can just look up here and it'll open. And I've got that on both sides here. So I think it's a 4-second delay right now. Go ahead and close, please. Thank you. So that will close. And then if you're walking from the inside here as well, you just look up at it and it'll open for you. Well, after I had to make a few more of the casings here, ran out of andesite as well as brass, we now have 5 working gates throughout our town. On each of the gates all around, we've got 1 on our west side, 2 on the east, 1 north, and 1 south. I'm happy with them. I like them. These are actually really quick to build as well. Just kind of repeat the same pattern, because once I figured out on one, just copy and paste really to the others. And we have, like I said, we've got gates everywhere. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I also did some cleanup around town. I finished the roof of this building. Started another building over here, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with it either. It's kind of more industrial. My plan was to use it for create, but yeah, like I said, I don't really know what to do with the inside of it, so it's just empty for now. But I'm happy with how this is all turning out. We've got our wall. It's really bringing the whole town together. I really like how it's looking. I like how the entire town's turning out. I'm really happy. And I hope it was fun to watch as well. So, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.